The Possession at 284 Green Street. Based on true events, not a single word is fiction. Location: Enfield, North London, 1977 to 1979. Prologue. The house that watched you. It looked like any other house. 2 stories, red brick, an ordinary yard. Nestled quietly at 284 Green Street in Enfield, North London. A place where bedtime stories once lulled children to sleep, and the kitchen smelled of toast and tea. But in the summer of 1977, something moved in, something ancient, angry, and uninvited. It started with whispers. Then the walls began to knock back, and one night, a child found herself at the center of a haunting that would terrify the world. The Hodgson family. Single mother Peggy Hodgson was doing her best to raise her 4 kids alone. Life was tough, but they managed until the night her daughter Janet, just 11 years old, whispered, "Mum, my bed is shaking." Peggy brushed it off. Kids have wild imaginations. Until the next night, the bed moved again, this time, right in front of Peggy, slowly dragging itself away from the wall, then jerking back. She turned pale, and then a thunderous bang echoed through the house. A cupboard door slammed shut on its own, and so began the horror. The wardrobe that wouldn't stay still. One evening, Janet screamed. Peggy ran into the room to find a massive wooden wardrobe sliding across the floor, grinding violently. She and a neighbor pushed it back against the wall. Firm, heavy, but it flew forward again with force, as if someone or something was behind it. The voice from the darkness. Janet began acting strange. Her sleep was broken. Her eyes were hollow. She claimed someone was speaking to her. One night she sat bolt upright in bed, and from her lips came a voice that was not hers. It was deep, gravelly, male, and ancient. "My name is Bill Wilkins. I died here, right in that chair, choked on my own blood." The voice was recorded live by reporters and researchers. It spoke for hours, sometimes screaming, sometimes whispering. But Janet never moved her lips. The voice seemed to come from inside her throat, and she had no memory of it afterward. Photographs. That proved the impossible. A photographer from the Daily Mirror set up a camera in Janet's room. The lens was timed. Ready, watching. Suddenly, Janet's body lifted off the bed, thrown in midair. The camera clicked. The photo showed a little girl suspended above her mattress, limbs twisted, eyes wide, mouth open mid-scream. There were no wires, no tricks, just raw terror. When the police got involved, neighbors called the police after hearing banging and screams. Officer Carolyn Heaps entered the house, calm and skeptical, until she saw a chair glide across the floor on its own. She examined it. No strings, no tricks, no human touch. "I have no explanation," she said in her written statement. The paranormal investigators. News spread fast. 2 seasoned paranormal investigators, Maurice Gross and Guy Leon Playfair, moved in with the family. They stayed for months, watching, recording, experiencing, and what they found still haunts them. Sudden cold drops in temperature, furniture flipped upside down, toys flying across rooms, voices that didn't belong to anyone alive, and a child whose body twisted unnaturally when the voice spoke through her. The shocking truth about Bill. The investigators decided to fact-check the voice. They tracked down death records of the property. And yes, a man named Bill Wilkins had once lived and died in that very home. He died exactly how Janet described it, alone, on a chair, choked by a brain hemorrhage, blood pouring from his mouth. But how did an 11-year-old girl know this? She had never met him, never heard of him, unless she was telling the truth, or worse, he was telling it through her. The possession that went too far. The haunting grew violent. Janet began levitating. She spoke in Latin, a language she'd never studied. She threw punches at her siblings in the middle of the night. Her eyes rolled back, her body went stiff, her voice inhuman. And then, there were bites. Deep human bite marks began appearing on her back. But no one was near her, and she couldn't have bitten herself, not in those places. Fake or the most documented haunting in history? Skeptics claimed the girls faked some events. But 30-plus adult witnesses, police officers, reporters, neighbors, scientists all testified. Something we couldn't explain was happening in that house. This wasn't just another ghost story. It became the most documented poltergeist case in history. Over 2,000 reports were filed, dozens of recordings made, and even today, no one can explain it fully. Legacy? Hollywood couldn't make this up. This terrifying case was so well known, it inspired films and series like The Conjuring 2 2016, countless documentaries, interviews and reenactments. But none of them come close to the raw, nightmarish truth that the Hodgson family lived for nearly 2 years. And today, the house still stands at 284 Green Street. The walls are painted, the floors replaced, but the foundation, still the same. People who pass by say the house feels wrong, too quiet, like it's holding its breath. They say, if you knock once, the wall knocks back. And if you step inside alone, you won't feel alone for long. Final warning, this was real. The girl, the voice, the death, the fear, all of it. And if it could happen once, it could happen again. If this story chilled you to the bone, leave a like, share and comment below. Subscribe to Horror Realm USA for more real horror stories that make you question what hides behind your own walls. The shadows are always listening.